Sean, how do you view this tie? Some people might view it as a potential banana skin, but it's also an opportunity for Cheltenham, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It's always good to be able to progress to the next round, but we're preparing for this game as if we would any other game. You've seen it over the years where teams in lower divisions have caused upsets and beat teams who are above them. So no, we've prepared the exact same way as we would for any other team.
And what's the key then to avoiding an upset? Is it just about being professional?
I think so. We have to be professional, but we have to get to our levels, and we need to give a performance, which we know we can. Whether that's through our intensity, the way we press, the way we run. But yeah, no, I think if we get to our levels, it will give us a good chance to progress into the next round.
And how important is an early goal just to sort of settle any nerves or even just quieten down their fans?
Yeah, I think that would be nice. I think we'd always want an early goal in any game. I believe they've sold out all their ticket allocation, so it's a big occasion for the town itself. So yeah, if we can get an early goal to settle them down, that'd be great. But if not, can we stay in the game and nick one when we can?
And the fact that they have sold out their allocation, I mean, it should be a cracking atmosphere, which you wouldn't necessarily expect for a first round tie in the FA Cup, but it just shows the magic of the competition, doesn't it? And the fact that, this is their big day out.
That's exactly it. It's a big occasion for the town. Fair play to all their fans for obviously taking up their allocation. And it's going to be a great atmosphere the weekend and one we're all looking forward to.
Bit of a derby feel.
I'm not too good with my geography around England, but I believe it's fairly close. It might have that bit of a derby feel to it. And if it does, even better again. Yeah.
I thought you were going to tell me it's not being run at Epsom. In terms of you personally, obviously, you had your head knock a few weeks ago. Presumably, all right and good again there.
Yeah, we went through the checks, which is important. You never really know with head injuries. I felt okay during the week to after it happened, but as you said, we need to go through certain protocols. And to be fair to Gav and Jimbo and the staff, like they've done it right. And yeah, no, I feel good. Yeah.
And obviously, it's a contentious issue in football at the moment. Has it just sort of raised your awareness as to why, and just sort of having gone through that process yourself?
Yeah, no, it's definitely raised awareness. I think it's always difficult for a player because, as I said, I did feel okay, but you don't really know what's going on in the head itself. So we just have to take the advice of the people who know best, and that's the doctors and the physios and the protocols, and just sort of listen to them.
And presumably, footballers are programmed, aren't you, to sort of from a young age you want to play. So that's kind of in your DNA. Is it right that therefore the decision's taken out of your hands in a way?
I think for matters like that, yeah, it's probably the correct decision to take it out of the players' hands because, as you said, we just want to play. But there's bigger things in life than obviously just playing a game of football. You need to look after your health as well. So yeah, I think leave it in the hands of the experts.
And in terms of the way that Cheltenham have played of late, and the back four settling down. I mean, obviously there was the Bristol Rovers defeat, but do you feel that that's a blip, and you've got back onto a more even keel now?
I think we're very disappointed with obviously the scoreline in the Bristol Rovers game because I feel defensively as a team we've definitely improved. So obviously that hurt us a bit, conceding 4 goals in one game. But I think the signs there and the stats will probably back it up that we have improved defensively. So it's just, can we continue that and maybe not let that 4 goals in one game happen again?
And actually, kind of a break from the league with the cup, can that help the league form going back into, if you like, the bread and butter?
I think so, yeah. It's always nice to play in the FA Cup. It's a great tournament. But as you said, our bread and butter is the league. So when we do get back to it, maybe we'll be a bit recharged and ready to go for the next batch of games.
Thanks, Sean. Good luck.
Thanks.
Well, you mentioned the defensive record. What's Marcus Big not been like to work with this season? Because I know everybody will have been involved, but he's definitely brought some defensive focus to it, hasn't he?
Yeah, Marcus has been brilliant. He's full of enthusiasm. Good person to have in and around the ground. And obviously, he played as a defender himself, so goes into a lot of detail out on the training pitch and through his analysis. And yeah, no, he's been brilliant since he's been here.
We've chatted about it before, Longy, but I just want to ask you about the 2016-17 FA Cup run with Lincoln, because you did play a part in that, and you're on the bench for the Burnley game. Probably one of the best runs any non-league club's ever had, if not the best. What was that like to be involved in?
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Like the teams we've obviously played and the teams we managed to beat was a great testament to the group of players they had there and the management and staff. As you said, no one probably would have expected some of the teams we've beaten, but as Paul was saying, that's the magic of the cup. Like, and that's why we can't take any game for granted, or any game lightly. Sorry, we've prepared the same way, and yeah, no, to be a part of that was brilliant. It's a great experience.
Would that be up there with the highlights of your career? Would you say that experience of, because you played in some of the earlier rounds, didn't you? Came on against Ipswich, and I think.
Yeah, no, it'd definitely be up there. Obviously, I've been lucky enough, especially at Cheltenham, to experience some brilliant moments, and obviously at youth international level as well. So, but to play in the FA Cup, which is it means a lot to like the fans around England. It was brilliant, and yeah, be up there with one of the highlights of my career. Yeah.
Did you get a shirt after the Man City game?
Yeah, no, I managed to get who did I get? I managed to get Cancelo's shirt, so it's not a bad one to get when you look what he's doing in the Premier League today. So I'll keep hold of that for another few years.
Yeah, just on Alvechurch, Longy, they're not probably what you'd expect from a team of that level, are they? In terms of, I think they're pretty much, some of them are pretty much full time. They're certainly not gonna turn up and be unfit, are they, and disorganised?
No, definitely not. We've had a look at them, obviously yesterday, and we'll have another look at them today. I think a lot of their players have come out of academies, maybe, and yeah, no, a big thing that they've mentioned is the amount they run and the amount they work hard. So it's going to be a tough game. But if we get to our levels, which we know we can, we'll more than match them.
Just finally, Longy, how pleased are you with the defensive record this season? Because one of the things that, I mean, you did brilliantly last season, but you did let a lot of goals in, didn't you? Is that something you specifically wanted to address? And how do you think you've done that so far this season?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, us as defenders first, we don't like conceding goals, and the goalkeeper. And as a collective, it's the same. Everyone needs to defend. It's definitely been nice that we've improved it. Obviously, can we keep that going now? And it's just continue to work hard out on the pitch, really, and you're sort of starting to see that on the pitch or on a match day, drilling it into us, the little patterns and positions you need to be in, and making sure everyone's on the same page. But it's obviously nice to improve that, but can we keep that going now?